Hello and welcome to the channel. My name's Paddy. I've been doing this channel for probably about nearly 2 years now. When I first set off on my travels backpacking around Southeast Asia and Australia, that series is now finished. So I'm now moving on to the new adventure, which is a van life, van conversion. What brought me here to this is a matter of a few foundations of like me being in the military before. Being backpacking and working as a HGV tramper. So with those three things in mind, what's in common between all three of them is being minimalistic and knowing that you can survive within such a small space or have very limited things to survive with. As long as you are as long as you can have a roof over your head, a bed and something to eat, then in my eyes that's really, really important. You know, when I was traveling around Southeast Asia, I thought, I have to pack everything before the journey began. And little did I know that you didn't need that much. I looked at all these YouTube videos and everyone's like, you don't need that much. I didn't realize. I was like, what? And then I didn't take much and I survived. I had a good time. It's about the experience, it's about who you are. So I am converting a Ford Transit Custom. It's a 66 plate, it's done 42,000 miles. It's an ex-BT van, so it's like, you know, got good service history and all that sort of good stuff. I got it for 9.4k. I just wanted to get something more reliable, less mileage, you know, and I was just umming and ahhing about the size of the van, whether I wanted a big, long, a long one or a high one. And I just thought, no, I can, it's how you use your space. So I thought, you know, I looked at all these videos online, I thought other people were doing smaller vans than the Custom. So here I am, I'm about to embark on this journey. So let's have a little look around the van and see what we're going to do first. So I've probably spent about 450 quid so far on like power drills, jigsaw. I've got insulation, deadening mats. But I've got different types. We'll go into that later on in the episode because at the moment I'm doing my laundry in services and I'm just waiting for that to wash and I'm going to dry it. And whilst that's happening, I'm going to really make the first few moves, which is probably stripping down the van. So let's have a look in the van. So we've got this like mat thing here that I'm going to take out. See underneath. Now I'm going to give it a good clean once that's stripped out. I'm going to take this out because I've only got 2 seats, which is amazing. I can just go straight into the back at night and stealth camp and stay here. You're probably asking, this is pretty small, how am I supposed to live in here? But I've already got like rough sort of floor plans in mind. I think I'm gonna have the bed here, maybe. And then have like overhead shelving units here where you can shove your stuff in, and maybe even like a skinny unit at the end, at the bottom of the bed. Here I'm gonna have more cupboards and stuff and storage, and then I'm gonna have a table side that comes out to about halfway here. I'm not gonna do electrics, I'm not going to do gas, showers and all that sort of stuff because I'm gonna go and buy all-in-one sort of generator, and so I don't need to mess around with all the wiring and all that sort of stuff. Makes it cheaper. I got a quote of like 5.2k just to get the basic installation done. They were going to charge 1,500 quid for the electrics, so you can just get an all-in-one generator and then you don't need to worry about that. Call me lazy, call me uneducated, but you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of people that use it, so yeah. So I got to learn how to use the power tools now. I'm not really a handyman. I mean, although I was in the Royal Engineers, I didn't really touch many tools because it was more bomb disposal sort of stuff. But yeah, I've got a sanding paper to sand it down. This isn't everything I've got. A lot of it's in the workplace, so I've got a little storage place at the workplace. I've just been living out of a HGV truck the last few months and getting hotels and seeing people that way. So, you know, I know that I can hack this. That's the main thing. Can you hack it? Now this was about 70 quid on Amazon. It's like a basic sort of power drill set. It's got like your tape measure and all that, so I can, you know, work out the dimensions of everything. Let's pull this out, and then you get a couple of 2 spare batteries, which is good, and then all of these, which I'm going to be using and working out at some point. Does it come out this way? It comes out that way as well. I don't know what any of this means. I'm so new to DIY, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So I thought I'd choose one place to drill out of, and I failed. I can't even get one thing out because I don't know how to use that drill. It's not going to go smoothly. It's not going to go as smooth as you see the YouTube videos, but we'll get there. So for now, I'm not worrying about what I can't do because I'll learn and work something out soon. I'm just taking out these black things. They're just plastic clip things. I don't know what they're called, but you can get them off fairly easy. So, well, I'm really bad at DIY, but this is a learning curve. So we are getting somewhere. I thought this was probably going to take like an hour or 2 hours to strip out that bulkhead and get rid of all of this, but it's probably going to take me a while. Another reason why I think it's good doing this is because of the way the world's going, with all the prices going up, and it's just the freedom to do whatever I want, you know. Just get in the van. I love nature. I love taking a step back from society sometimes. I think it's very important to be in tune with nature. Go back to our old, like, you know, roots. Instead of being in a concrete jungle, you know, going off grid. Got a lot of control coming in over the next few years. I like to look at what's going on behind the scenes, not what's on the stage, because the stage tends to lie too much, so we all think where it's all good to walk straight into a trap, which we don't want to do. Throughout this series, and throughout my journeys, we're going to be going out exploring, living off the grid, living in nature, getting all the right survival kit, and preparing myself to use this as a skate pod. I think that's important. It's mad when you look at all these videos on YouTube of people converting, and you see how, like, when they strip it out, it just seems to be so simple. You know, with like nothing in it, and they got nothing to worry about. They make it look so easy. But like in this, you just got like loads of random sticky stuff, and loads of wires, which I don't know what to do with. I don't want to touch it because all the wiring system's going really nicely around the van, and there's no point in touching it. I think I'm just going to insulate around it. I think that's the best, safest bet, unless I'm paying a professional to do that. That's why it's good to do it by yourself, for saving money, but also, you know, you don't need to, well, I mean, you don't have to have it as technical when you rebuild it either. That's why I'm going for an all-in-one generator with solar panels attached to it as well, so I don't have to have a fixed solar panel with the risk of it getting stolen. Let's do this one. So I've just come back from a meal, a bit of a late one. It's about 11:30 at night. And I just thought I'd get in here and get stuck in, and I'm just starting to realise how many wires and stuff there is in here. There's just cables everywhere, all in the, you know, everywhere I look. There's cables, and I don't know what to do really at this point, because everyone else on YouTube that I seem to had seen that have got to this point stripping things down, it made it look easy. And I've got 3 lights in. I've got that and that. I don't know whether to just keep them, but they stay on even when I close the doors. I need to work a few things out, I reckon, because it might be worth me keeping them if I know how to switch them off when I want to, you know, because they're not too bad. Maybe I could do some ceiling panels around them. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of insulating over all the wires and drilling it in the best way possible, so that if anyone needs to get in here, then I can guide them through or take it on the strips myself. I don't know. It's a whole new world to me. So currently after a T35 and a T40, but it's uncommon to use T35, which is probably why BT's probably used it, because it's a secure bulkhead that they put in place so that I can't break through and get the, you know, the tools, or anyone could break through and get the tools back in the day. Yes, I finally found the drill bit I needed. But the drill, I unscrewed one of these, but the drill, it's not really working properly. Yes. Bish bash bosh. Flooring off. So that is the flooring out, and what I'm going to do is, because I work in the trucks, they've got those air guns, so I'm going to go over with the air gun and just blow it all out, clear out all of the little gaps and nooks and crannies. Well, it's definitely looking a lot fresher than when I first stripped off the floor, and I suppose now it's a matter of just getting rid of the rust marks, sanding it down, putting the primer on it, and then putting the metal paint on it, which I'm going to do today. So I've just used one coat of that, sprayed it all into the spots, and then I'm going to go for another coat, and then I'm going to wax some paint on it. This is anti-rust primer. Primed up and ready to paint. Okay, so that's the strip out complete. Still got to do the bulkhead.
and now it's time to put the sound deadening mats down, and I'm really looking forward to getting on through this and getting it all completed. So I'm in like not in a rush, but I feel like I'm getting in a good rhythm at the moment of getting things done. So hopefully this goes smoothly, all of this installation part. So that is now sound deadening done. I've cut up little pieces and put them in the edges and the sides and stuff where I couldn't fit these big ones, but I'd say that's about 35%. Definitely, I think that'll do. I've got some thermal lining, that insulation that's going in, that's sound deadening as well. So this is just extra, which is good. But guys, this costs about 50 quid for a packet of this, and like 7 quid for the roller, a couple of rollers, and I got quoted 850 quid to get this done. They were going to charge me 850 quid. So I've got some wall in here. I'm going to try and fill in a lot of the gaps, cavities of the wall, and then I've got 2 rolls of that. So that should insulate it properly, I like to think. But yeah, there's a lot of wires in here, so I'm going to be very careful. Hopefully everything goes to I think I've not got enough of this stuff. That's not good. I think I might have to put an order on tomorrow. There's just so much space in the cavities and the gaps that I'm just running out really quickly. I don't think I'm going to fill it all today, but I can do my best for now, because we don't want to be cold, do we, in the winter in England. And if I choose to go to cold countries on an adventure, if it starts snowing, which no, I don't know if I will be going to snowy countries, to be honest with you. I'll probably just stick with the old summertime if I'm going to go away, and then just put up a British winter when it comes. Yeah. So that's it for tonight. I've got wall in most places of the cavities, so I do need more to go in there. I don't want to fully pack it, but I've got it in most places. But it's looking good so far. I'm looking forward to getting this on and then getting the flooring in and the walls. So here we have the wall that's been delivered. We got that one, which was 35 quid, and this one was 25 quid, but I thought that was going to be a lot bigger. But this is the big one. This is what I had last time, so I should be able to fill in nearly everything, and then I'm going to make it a good go. It's like 6 o'clock now. I'm going to give it I've just finished work. I'm going to give it a good go putting this on. Probably leave the floor till last, but I'm going to take everything out. This is how I lay it out, so it's all nice and secure down for now. I've ordered a bed and all that. I'm going to be moving it in soon, and I'm going to be going out on a little adventure, book some time off work in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. But let's get going, let's get cracking, let's put this stuff on the walls and all that. So as you can see, I've basically sprayed some of this strong adhesive and I've stuck it to here, just a thin layer on here, just so that I can put the foil, aluminium foil over it. And I'm going to do the same with the roof, and on this side I've just sprayed strong adhesive. So yeah. There we go. That's perfect. Right. Okay, so that is the wall in place. I would say that's enough. I think I'll put on the thermal liner now, because you know that's going to keep some insulation in as well. I've got in a lot of these pockets now, so on to the next stage of the insulation. Got that left. Oh, I've got too much. Oh well. To be honest, mate, whoever's watching this, I don't actually think that looks too bad now I've put the tape on it. Just around the sides like that. I mean, what I'm thinking, instead of putting the plywood back on, is to get some skinny battens like this, putting it on there like that, and then having the wood bits there. So yeah, the wood bits. My head's fried. So we are going to leave it at that, but I've managed to get that done and the back done, and yeah, that one there. So I've got that one, I've cut them out, cut that to size. I've cut this one to size as well. So, and then I'm going to do, obviously we did that one, and then I'm going to do that probably around these lights, and then that one, and then the floor maybe, I don't know, I'll probably leave the floor till last. Oh, I'm so sad. That was the roofing I put on last night. I done it all, and then I had to take it down because I was sagging it, because I put this underneath it, and just that wasn't sticking to that, and then that wasn't sticking to that, so it was just stupid. And then some mate boy who's converted his van said, no, that's not good, and he was telling me to strip out pretty much all of it, or cutting it and get rid of a lot of the stuff. So I'm really disheartened about this. But I feel like, you know, that was really bad, but everything else I've still got room to play with. It's still got life in it yet. I don't think I've got to worry too much about it, you know. There was another guy here who's converted his van in this car park who says it's fine. So some people say it's fine, some people say it's not. So that is thermal insulation and vapor barrier done.
Okay, so now it's quite windy today.
Very windy. Everything's just blowing all over the place.
Now I'm cutting up these battens and whacking them on the ribs.
Oi, oi. Let's do it.
I'll tell you what, I lost my patience a minute ago getting them two up, trying to get the drill bits in, finding the right pieces, and then it falls down and smacks on my head. Yeah, you're gonna get frustration, you know, thinking that you can just power through it, but you know, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, I've been doing this now for just over a week. It's now Sunday and I started last Saturday, so I'm not doing a bad job. All done and dusted. See, we've got a little bit of light coming through there, so at night you'll be able to see it in there better. But yeah, and then LED strips in between. It's gonna be good. Nearly there. Big shout out to this dude for helping me. I work with this man, he's a good lad, and I couldn't have done it without him. It's one of them things, pushing up the ceiling and needing someone there with you because it's quite heavy, you know. But yeah, it was a good job, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did it.
Like, we were actually really surprised of how well that went, because, you know, you want it perfect, in line, cut properly, and yeah, it's all good. So now we're going to obviously throw in the LED lights at some point soon and get the walls done soon, and yeah, let's do this. So this is my bed chair, which is amazing. I've already tried it out. It is pretty decent. It doesn't look like it here, but fits in there perfect. It's nice and adaptable. So tonight's my first night sleeping in the van. So I've got this set up here. Not bad, eh? Let's see how it goes. Good morning, guys. So last night that thing was very, very hard on my back, very uncomfortable. I think I need to get some soft pads for it because I can't be sleeping like that every night. But it is amazing though. I love how practical it is for turning into a chair and then into a bed. It's great stuff. So today I've decided that I'm going to put my old panels on instead of cut some new ones. And then I'm going to paint them. I've got some paint from B&Q this morning, and I've got some lovely softwood plywood from Selco, £1.80. Well, not, this is about 90p a slice. So yeah, really cheap stuff. I thought B&Q was like £10 for like a bit of wood that was like not even half the size of that. I got all of that for like 20 quid. Brilliant stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna panel this up. Are you ready? This is the drama with doing DIY, is that you can do something so perfect like this, as in like the way it looks, where you cut it nicely, you put in the bolts nice and spaced and attach it to this. But if you're not careful, just one little measurement can catch you off guard. So when I close this, it hits the rubber, but not too bad, you know, that's not too bad. Pushes it open a little bit. I think we can do with that. But a minute ago I didn't seal those wooden bits there properly behind there. So obviously I drilled into two wooden bits of wood, wooden bits of wood. I'm really bad with my terminology, but I drilled these into the panels behind, and they were stuck with a very strong adhesive, but not strong enough to withhold any sort of like tear from it or pull apart from it. So the whole thing came off when I got up to about here. So this is what it's looking like so far, and we've obviously got to do something with that corner there. And yeah, you can see aluminium foil, but like I've mentioned I think earlier in this video, I'm going to be having aluminium foil quite a lot to give it a futuristic industrial look inside the gaps. I'm going to have like ivy, fake ivy and stuff like that hanging down as well. So yeah, here we go. Hello there, how are you? Every time I speak, these lights turn on, which is pretty cool. So now I am cutting the floor into place, which is looking pretty good so far. Look at that. Oi, oi. Not bad.
So anyway, today's a new day. We've got the vinyl ready to put on the floor over there, and I've just put the battens down. There we go.
Stuff, it makes you wonder.
Yeah, I can see that.